Welcome back. This is Weeknights, where we come 5 nights a week and give you the latest, the greatest, the shameless, the favorites. No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes.
Sometimes the favorites
Yeah.
of the entertainment industry. I am JD, aka He Who Pods.
And I am Dash, aka Dashing D.
Oh, that's it. That's everything else today, huh?
Yeah,
Really? It's too hot for all of that.
yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? It is blazing hip hop and R&B today.
And so that people won't complain, we turn off our air conditioners and fans and things to record.
Right. So we are sweating it out for y'all for the quality of this podcast.
Count your days because the dog days of summer are on their way.
I know.
Listen, there might be a day or two where we're going to have to be like, no,
Sorry, yeah.
week no, instead of
Week
week
no.
night.
Just skipping the whole week.
It was, no, it was a bad joke.
Um,
It just wasn't good.
what's- my bad.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. Which act would you like to start with?
Let's start with
You want to start with the fire, the liar, or the new Mariah?
Tems.
All right. Well, Tems dropped the album 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, last week.
Last week.
Hold on.
In 2 weeks.
June 6th, last week. Yeah. Tems album dropped on Friday of last week, and we've listened to it. What's wrong? Was it Friday?
June 6th was Thursday.
Let me Larry squint one time. Yeah, June 6th.
I was strapped to
You're
the
right.
library.
No, you're right. And it was Thursday. You're right.
I know.
Good job, co-host.
Thank you. I knew I was right.
See that? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I gave her props, and she still kept going. You know what
Well,
I'm
I
saying?
only know because I was on vacation from work, and that was the day I
Oh.
returned to work.
Still flexing. Still put your muscles away, okay?
Well.
Anyway, so Tems' album dropped last Thursday. Been about a week now, and we've heard it.
Yeah.
The album is called Born in the Wild.
Born in the Wild.
And doesn't have many features.
No.
Mostly Tems, and I like that. I have to
Love
sneeze.
that. Bless you. I almost did a minute ago too, and I don't know, it went away.
And have not stopped sneezing this evening. Hopefully, I don't got to run out of here and go blow my nose, but just been a sneeze attack this evening. So,
we understand. Okay, we all have allergies, so we support you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So, Tems' album is out. It's mostly Tems. I thought that was good. It's just under an hour. It's like 55 minutes. And we listened to it. You want to start? No, let me start this time. You started last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go.
Let's talk about
strings, and the chords, and the drums and the steel pen.
that's exactly where I'm going, because first of all, I expected this to be a mostly Afrobeat style album, and I appreciate that it was not. We had some soft melodic, almost Sade songs. We had some like R&B-esque songs. There was definitely some up-tempo Afro beats type stuff. But we even got a little rapidy rap type of situation from Tems. And so I appreciate the range of sound. Yeah, I appreciate the range of sound, the range in her creativity. Sorry, I thought another sneeze was coming. The range in her, creativity. Because to do these different genres and subgenres, you got to kind of pull different things from yourself as an artist. And so I thought that was really cool. I really like the skit with the men talking about the things going on in the world, the way you see the world, what you should be doing in the world. Um, I spoke to my conscious side, if you will. Um, and so I thought all of that was really good. It was nice to hear J. Cole actually, deliver on a feature post apology, because the last feature we heard him on was not great. So that was cool. And it's funny because on that song specifically, I know I'm showing my bias, but when that song started, I was like, man, I didn't know that. I didn't have the playlist, the track list in front of me. I just was listening to it and doing other things. As soon as the song came on, a couple seconds in, I was like, man, I could totally hear somebody rapping on this. Like, this sounds like this could use a rap feature. Little did I know Cole was coming moments later. And so that was nice to hear. Cole definitely delivered, and so that was good. I think the few features she had all delivered. I don't think anybody dropped the ball. Um, I appreciated this is a smooth listen to. It went by fast. I was doing stuff, and before I knew it, it restarted. And I was like, wait a minute. She started the album. She ended the album the same way she started it. No, it just restarted. Like, the streaming app just started it over. It was like, well, this is what you want to hear, so we're gonna give you more of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize. I will say I did go back and listen to the last song, because a lot of times when you listen to a project, you can kind of tell, oh, this is the last song.
Mm-hmm.
And on this one, it just played like everything else, nice and smooth. I mean, for all you know, another 5 songs were coming after.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think it was a really balanced project.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my only critique is really me being nitpicky, and it's more of a question than a critique. Um, on T Unit, we hear Tems in a totally different voice than we hear her throughout the rest of the project. So Tems is putting on a fake accent. Is that what's happening? I'm just asking. I know people who rap, and when they rap, they purposely change their voice. I
Yeah.
know other people who, when they rap, because of the amount of breath it takes, they sound slightly different. But this sounded very. I was like, "Who's this?" When T Life came on, that was the one time I pulled out my phone and was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is Tems. This don't sound like Tems. Is Tem using a fake accent on us? Is that what's going on?"
Or maybe she was using her fake accent in the song. Because think about it. Um, think about European actors that star in American films or television shows.
Yep.
They have to put on an American accent. And we kind of don't really think anything of it because we're in this weird bubble, this weird United States bubble where we forget that it could go the other way around. So that would be my thought that Thames is. I don't know. I don't think we're getting a fake accent, but I think maybe that was the fake accent.
Got it.
um,
Because it's
yeah,
not even really a complaint before you go. It just was like, what just happened here? Threw
yeah,
me off.
yeah, and to my earlier point, people work really hard to study to speak like us, um, for various reasons. So,
Unless you're Alec Baldwin's wife.
and then you speak like Europeans, and hello, Ria.
That's still that's still the wildest shit to me. Like,
Oh, and I totally forgot to find a video for you.
no, listen, I totally believe you. Don't worry. When the show comes out, I will see the clips, and I'm sure I will hear Peppa Pig come right out.
I just remember the dog days of lockdown were just when you were like desperate for something entertaining and this story came out. Anyway, um, I thought it was smooth. Also, I thought it was very vibey. Um,
Yeah.
I love that she has that range.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, I gotta be honest.
Be honest.
It wasn't necessary for me to do this, but I googled what genre is Tems considered.
Okay,
I was
that's
just
fair.
curious. Um, because yes, Afrobeat, but I guess I never really thought of Tems as Afrobeat.
Oh, okay.
I understand why that seems shocking, but I just honestly I don't think I thought of it at all. I think I
Okay.
just thought this is music I like. This is a sound I like. And I am someone who listens to Afro beats. Sometimes I just get in the mood for that. Some people might have a problem with the fact that I probably listen to Afro beats more than I listen to reggae. Um, but it's because it's a little bit more mellow. I mean, there's reggae that's more mellow, but it's just a little bit more mellow for me, and it's just I don't know. It's a similar vibe. It's not that far away from that, but um, yeah, I was just curious. I was like, how do you? I say all the time, I don't think we have to put people in boxes. I was just really curious. Like as I was listening to it, I was like, what am I listening to? What does she consider herself? What do people consider her? Because I never really gave it much thought. Um, but this is the first time I'm diving into an album with her, so it's like I just know the music I know, and I know that I like the music that I know.
Right.
So to dive into her album, it was like, well, what genre? What genre are we talking about here? I thought it was interesting that when I googled it, it said R&B, it said Afro pop, which I thought was interesting. I've never seen that term before. And then it was Afrobeat. Now I don't know if that's what she considers herself. I didn't, dive too deep into it because I also, again, just don't want to put her in a box. I just kind of was curious about you know, what the masses are considering this. Um, and how would she be placed if she were to win awards for her album? I was just curious. So I thought that was interesting, and I thought I might mention it to you. I knew you would have some sort of reaction to that.
Afro pop is annoying.
Yeah, but are you surprised? Because I'm not. Um, but yeah, I always enjoy her sound. I enjoyed the album. I would like to listen to it more. I did not listen to it as much as I would normally listen to an album before I come and talk about it.
Oh, okay.
I did think that the J. Cole feature was a surprise. I did think that the J. Cole feature was a surprise. Um,
Yeah. The,
um,
the dog wanted to be on the pod. You know what I mean?
apparently. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed her sound on this. It's something I would listen to again. It is very smooth, and it's something you can kind of just throw on, and it's not too much, but it's not too soft, or you know it's the right amount of sauce. Um, so yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a balanced project. I thought it was good. Um, I don't. What surprised me was, like I said, the range.
Hmm.
We didn't just get Afro beats. Like I said, we got a lot of different sounds from her, a lot of different vibes from her.
Yeah.
Um, and I want to say one last thing. Like, I think the other thing that was cool was that she still sounded confident and like herself, no matter which genre the song was or what type of song the song was. Um, and I think that's important. A lot of times when artists are trying something new, you could kind of hear that this is like something new for them. They may not sound as confident. They may not sound as good. Um, it didn't sound like that on any of the songs. It sounded like this is what I do.
Yeah. And what a talent it is to be able to switch between this sound to that sound to that sound all in one project and still have it be something that people buy into.
Right.
Um, so I think she did her thing with that. It's not all. It doesn't work for everybody.
Agreed.
Um, and also everybody doesn't take that risk.
That's
Um,
true.
and I think that speaks to her talent, and that it's like you said, speaks to her confidence. She's able to take that risk, and it worked.
Right.
Um, but so she gave us an album.
But
You know who's not giving us an album?
Rihanna,
Our Bayesian queen.
why she's lying to people, man?
You think she's lying?
I think she's lying. But tell them what happened. Go ahead.
So Rihanna launched her hairline. So she was, on the red carpet of her hair event. She's been on the scene a lot lately with her businesses, with the skincare and the makeup and now the hair. And the undies are out there too. Um, but so she launched her hair care line. I don't know a whole lot about the hair care line, so I can't speak to that. But on the red carpet, she starts talking about music. Well, first of all, she made a joke where she said, "This is the longest project I've ever worked on," and then laughs and goes, "Actually, that's R9." Which,
Yep.
which one of the things that I've always loved about Rihanna is her sense of humor. Is the fact that she's like, I'm a person, okay?
Right.
I make jokes. I'm funny and
Yep.
I'm witty, and y'all just gonna have to deal with the fact that I'm not always going to perform and be on my best behavior for you. I've always
Yes.
loved that about her. So, and I love that we get her personality. We don't get personality out of all artists. It's fine. They don't have to
And they
be
don't all have personality.
right. Or if they do, we don't know that they do because they don't share it.
Right.
But that's one of like my favorite things about her is that we know that we know there's a human inside of there, and she has a good time and she has fun. So then she goes on to have these conversations about music and about how she's feeling about music, and she's saying that she's in a period of rediscovery, and she's in a very inspired period of her life.
Yep.
And she feels like it's time to go back to the drawing board, listen to some of the music that we've never heard,
Right.
see what that sounds like now with a fresh pair of ears, um,
Hmm.
see what she wants to do with that, and also, she's in a position where she's inspired to create musically.
Yep.
Um,
That's what she said.
so she basically said that's where we're starting out. She didn't promise an album. She didn't do any of that, but she did say, "Hey, think I'm gonna go back to the studio and see what's going on in there. I'm gonna, dust off the buttons and get crank the synthesizer up and let's get it popping. You know?
Crank the synthesizer up is mad
I don't
fun.
know what I just said. I don't know what I just said. And I knew that you would correct me if it was wrong.
It's fine. It's funny. Don't worry about it.
I don't even know I don't know what I just said. I couldn't even tell you. I literally have no idea.
Just clip it up. Just clip it up.
I have no idea what that means.
Clip it. Just clip it. That's it.
I couldn't even remember what the and I know, like in the back of my mind, I know what the machine is called, and that you heard me say buttons. Go to the studio, okay? I don't go to the studio. And then they made it so that podcasting was so easy from your phone. Maybe if podcasting wasn't easy from your phone and you could do it anywhere you wanted to, I would know how the studio works, but I just don't know because I don't be in the stew. Anyway,
Back to the synthesizers.
what is it? Never mind. It just sounded like something that music people say.
Oh shit. Yo, what a clip. I can't
I,
wait.
yeah. I never been like a music industry baddie. Like I never had. I don't think I ever dated a guy who was like, "I'm going to the studio and come with me." I don't think I ever had and that's why we're here today because
With the synthesizers.
with the synthesizer. Isn't the synthesizer the thing they use for auto tune?
Just let's just back
All
to
right.
Rihanna. Come on, Rihanna.
Don't leave me, girl. Anyway,
That is not Rihanna.
I know
Oh,
that's Blackstreet. Don't play with me.
I mean, you just threw that in there in the Rihanna topic.
I said it. I did it because I said auto tune. That was why I said that. Because one of the earliest iterations of auto tune is there. But anyway, I mean I know everything, but I know some things. So Rihanna says she's going back to the lab. What do you think about that?
I'm unmoved. I don't care. I don't believe her. I think she's lying like she been lying. Eh, Listen, it's possible I'm wrong. It's possible she is going to go to the studio and review the music that she has that we never heard, and that she will start over. That doesn't mean you're getting a Rihanna album at all. It also doesn't mean you're getting a Rihanna album anytime soon, even if you're getting one. And fans are excited. People on the internet were like, "Oh, Riri said we're getting R9. She about to start recording. Oh, it's so exciting." No, no, it's not. It's not. Don't get excited until there's a release date and artwork and photo shoots. And even then, I would still be nervous because the way this has gone, Rihanna dropped almost 10 years ago. Anti. Let me put
Yeah.
my specs on. Let's see what year Anti dropped.
Sometimes we could just ask Google.
I don't have any of those devices.
I didn't. Okay.
2016, Anti dropped.
So
So 8
years.
years.
Yeah.
Ocho. Ocho años.
Más preguntas.
Mucho preguntas. Lots of questions for Rihanna.
No, they would have had to use their translator apps to figure out.
SMH.
Shaking my head. If you want to translate everything.
Do you believe that Rihanna is working on music? Do you
No.
believe an album is coming?
No. No, but do I believe that Rihanna likes having fun with us? Yes. Do I
Right.
think that maybe Rihanna does feel like making some music? Sure. I think that when you have a talent, and I think that when you have a knack for creating, you will have the desire to create. Um, I don't think that leaves you just because you're not actively pursuing it. So does it make sense that she's saying she's inspired and she feels like creating music right now? Yeah, I think anyone who has that affinity for creating music will feel that way. It doesn't mean we're getting an album. She could just go to the studio and have some fun and feed her need for that creativity and then move on. And it could not have anything to do with us at all.
I agree.
Um, yeah, I don't. It would be nice if we got a Rihanna album. I also wonder what 8 years later. Okay, this year. This year doesn't count, right? But like 9, 10 years later, what does a Rihanna album sound like? And is it something that I want at this point? I don't.
And don't forget, Rihanna's life, perspective, and bank account have changed drastically in those 8 years.
Right. And has she been keeping up with her vocals? Like, I don't know what a Rihanna project is going to be 10 years later. That's not to say I wouldn't listen to it. That's not to say I wouldn't be excited about it. It's just we also would have to navigate our own expectations because we don't know what we're getting.
Right.
Um, it's been too long for us to know. She could
Yeah.
come out and come and be a completely different genre, as people do.
Yep.
So I don't know. I feel like if she wants to put out music, great. If she doesn't want to put out music, that's cool too. Because I don't know when we get the music what we're gonna get. And I think we've been so excited and so like revved up to get another project from her that we might be up for a big letdown. I don't mean to be negative Nancy, but I think you have to consider that after a decade, things have changed.
Yeah.
We
She's a
have
mom
changed.
now. She's rich now. I mean, rich, rich, rich.
Oh,
Richie rich.
yeah. She's like, her baby's gonna be rich.
Right.
Um,
And
but
she
yeah,
says she might have another baby, even though she's not pregnant right now.
that's true. But and we have changed too.
Which means she's also a mom.
Right.
What does mom Rihanna sound like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know? Um,
Track one might be Hush, Little Baby. Don't say a word.
But don't get me wrong, I would love to see what that evolution is like going from being a single woman with no kids. And, she was dating clearly, but like she didn't
She's
have a whole
married
bunch
now.
of solid relationships. She's in a steady relationship that she's been in for years. She has 2 kids.
A husband.
She has all these businesses that she that weren't, even if she had them then, they weren't what they are now. What?
I feel like you don't want to say she has a husband.
Because they've never confirmed that they're married. So you keep saying her husband, and I mean
Wait
that's
a
her
minute.
man.
But they
He
were married.
he refers to her as his wife, but no one's ever confirmed that the two of them are married.
Wait a minute. I thought they were.
No, they just do things that make us think they are married, and maybe they are, but I don't think they've ever confirmed that for us. I mean, that's her man. Like
They are
they go
not
together.
publicly engaged or married.
Yeah,
Look at that.
yeah, that's her man, and they go together real bad. Like we all know that they're very much together and very much in a solid long term relationship, but we don't know what that means. that's that's all we know.
I sit corrected. I thought they were married.
No, but he publicly refers to her as his wife.
Yeah, we
So,
all do that in the hood.
and isn't he from Harlem?
I'm sorry? What?
And isn't he from Harlem?
Exactly.
I'm not saying that Harlem is the hood. I'm just saying, he's a New York dude. Is what I'm trying to say. So, but yeah, yeah. No, I know a lot of dudes do that, but
Yeah.
they're also in the public eye, and so when you say that, it holds a lot more weight. Because
Absolutely.
people will then latch on to the fact that you say that and want to know, like, is it that y'all are married? And it could very well be that those two people are married. Um,
Right.
and they just didn't care to tell us. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, that's her man. I don't want to make it seem like I'm not acknowledging him. I mean, he's very much
No,
part of
I'm
my life.
wrong though.
Like,
I thought honestly that you just didn't want to say that that was her husband because I thought they were married, but I am wrong. We have no factual evidence that they are married, so I apologize. But that's what I thought. I thought you were trying to avoid saying husband. That's why I was laughing.
I'm
Because I
not.
even said twice like she got a husband, and you didn't say anything. So I was like, why
Yeah,
is she not? Why is she not acknowledging ASAP? What's going on?
I've
But
always
I'm wrong.
I've always been indifferent about their relationship, only because of some public statements that ASAP made many years ago about black people and black women. And
Oh, I know about this. Yeah.
yeah, but outside of that, that's all I have to go off of when it comes to him. I've never followed him or his career, so I've always felt indifference towards them. But I know there are people who feel very strongly that they shouldn't have been together, and
Yeah.
to me, it's like, I mean, is your nigga the most in the guy? Because y'all be having an opinion about everybody else's dude, but where was your dude last night? Like, I'm, so, I'm sorry. I just, 'cause-
You are on one today.
well, but it's true. It's like people have all of these super strong opinions about other people's lives. Meanwhile, your nigga don't do shit. Like, what you, this man is publicly loving his children. He is always very supportive of her. Like, there's not a whole lot you can say because he's not doing anything publicly at this point to make you think that he's a bad man or he's a bad partner. So let them live their lives. Anyway,
Speaking of bad men,
and
let me tell
oh,
you,
I almost sang that guy.
huh?
I almost sang that guy. The
Oh,
one we don't sing anymore.
oh, got it.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a bad man real quick. And bad, I mean super fly. I don't mean bad like he should be locked up. I mean bad like, man, this dude is that dude.
Like a bad mamma jamma.
She's a bad man, jamma. My daughter loves that song.
It's a good one. It's
So
fun.
that is one of her jams.
You
She'd be
thought I
excited when that comes on shuffle mode. She'd be like, she's a bad man, jamma. She'd be excited. I'm like, all right, girl, get it, girl, get it.
yeah, her music palette is just
It's a wild palette.
a thing of myths as far as
It's
kids
a
go.
wild palette. It's a wild palette. But anywho, the weekend has topped Taylor Swift
Yeah,
for
yeah,
number one on Spotify. Specifically, not just number one. Let me pull it up so I could quote this properly. Because in the comments they like to tell us we're fucking up. So let me just pull it up here.
I mean, shout out to y'all for keeping us honest. We
Sure.
appreciate that. Just don't be
Um
rude. Not you,
uh
the commenters.
I try not to be rude to the commenters because I appreciate everyone who comments, even the assholes. Um, so it says here the Weeknd has just surpassed Taylor Swift to become the world's most streamed artist on Spotify, and it shows his monthly listener count first in the world, 108,986,742 monthly listeners.
Nice.
Um, in the words of Eric B and Rakim, I ain't no joke.
Did he not?
This is the 13th time he has done this, by the way.
Okay, I was just my question. He took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say. I was gonna ask. Has he not held this title before? I thought he did.
This is the 13th time that he has done this. That's a wild boy. That's why I said that's a bad man.
He is a bad mamma jamma.
He's a bad man, Majam. That's a fact.
Yeah. Good for him. That's cool. What's your
You got
favorite Weekend song?
Ooh, I don't know. Um, I like quite a few. I don't know if I have a favorite. I have a favorite project though.
Me too. I was gonna say a favorite project and not a favorite
Forgot.
song.
I always forget the name though. I'll tell you right now. Hold on, let me pull it up. What's your favorite weekend project?
Whatever the three were in the beginning, the trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Everything after that doesn't really matter to me, but that, I used to run that into the ground.
My favorite is My Dear Melancholy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite weekend project. I know it's short, but that's my jam.
I mean, when he was in his like, not to say he's not anymore, but when he was in his, like, I'm on drugs and drunk on the lawn, just like, singing. That was a good,
It's a good time.
yeah. When he was like able and not the weekend. Because I think that's how he would refer to himself. He would refer to himself in the
Oh
music
no,
as
I know, I know.
able.
It's funny though.
The weekend is like, I feel it coming. That's the weekend, or like I can't feel my face. I mean, there's Abel
The,
in
the
there
big pop
clearly.
records.
The big pop records are the weekend, but the moody, like drunk and drugged up, that's
Yeah,
Abel. I didn't even realize when I first started listening to it. I was like, "Who is Abel?" I was completely confused
yeah,
until I continued to listen to it, and I was like, oh, "This is like his alter ego, but it's actually him." And it's yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm just curious because I love his earlier stuff. Love it.
yeah.
But
All right. Well, congratulations to the weekend.
yeah,
Taylor Swift becomes number two. I'm sure she'll take the title back soon.
sure. Now that that's been announced, she'll go write another album.
All right, another two disc. You know.
She got to talk to Drake about what motivates her to write.
This has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.